Can you guys hear me now? Oh, okay. It looks like you guys can hear me now, right? Yeah, you can hear me now. Okay, cool. Okay, my first live stream. My apologies for the technical difficulties. Let me mute the live stream over here. Alrighty, so my first live stream. I don't know. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling right now? Wait a minute. Let me close the door to the studio. Okay, so how are you guys doing today? How you guys been holding up with all this that's going on? There's a lot going on. Sorry, I look a little ashy right now. I just washed my face in preparation for this video. Um, so I don't know. Let me know in the chat. I know there's only two people watching, but let me know in the chat how the audio is doing, and if it's like doing bad, if it's doing good, like let me know. Okay. So I got this cool mirror. I'm so excited about it. All right. So today I am going to do some skincare, because self care is what you want to be doing during these uncertain times right now. And so I wanted to do a chemical peel. I know recently, like the whole two-step chemical peel thing is pretty popular right now. A lot of people are doing the primer with a chemical peel and then a regular chemical peel on top of that. I don't think I've ever done this before, or at least I don't think I have. I'm a pretty avid chemical peeler. I love chemical peels. I think they are amazing for the skin. I do suffer from acne scarring on both ends. I mean, on both cheeks as well as my forehead. And I recently did a chemical peel on just my forehead. And it actually looks really good. I don't know, like since being isolated, I feel like this is the best my skin has ever been. I don't know what that's about, but it's a thing. It's legit. It's happening. So I just changed the mirror light. So does that affect anything crazy? Oh yeah, it makes it look so much more like real. Okay, I like that. That's cool. Anyway, there's a little bit of delay on the monitor, so it's kind of hard to um, look at both at the same time. But before I do that, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, give this a like, give me a follow on my socials that are right here. Is that where it's at? I don't know. Um, I also wanted to just really quick post. Oh no, it's this way then. It's that way. I also wanted to post this on Instagrammers. Yeah. Um, but while I do that, let me know in the chat how you guys are doing, what you guys have been doing, if you've been out working, are you medical in the medical field doing like medical field stuff? Let me know. Also, have you guys been watching um, 90 days. What is it called? 90 Day Fiance. I recently got into it. Used to watch like back in the day, but it's pretty legit. I was getting my whole life last night. It was so funny. Um, Going live on YouTube. Live on YouTube. Right. Meow. Check me out. Link in bio. I'm going to save this right there. I'm going to put that right on my stories. Ooh, no, 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 no. I posted it to the wrong. I don't even know how that happens sometimes. All right. Let's get into this. So, if you've never done a chemical peel before, there are like two big things that you should be aware of. And I can honestly close this right now because I can see right here. There are several things that you should be aware of, but there's two main things that you should be aware of. First, if you're going to be diluting your acid, which I'm going to be diluting my acid today. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am a amateur cosmetic chemist. I, studied some stuff in college or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, I actually have a lot of like ingredients and stuff like that to make products. It's what I do. So yeah, I got some glycolic acid here. This is 70%. I honestly could use this straight on my face. I've done it many, many times before. 70% glycolic acid is not that strong. Please do not take that as, you should do that on your face. I'm not saying that. But it's what I can do. I've done it before. But I'm going to dilute it today because we're doing we're using it as a primer. We're not using it as a main acid today for our peel. For the main vein event, the piece de la resistance, extra foul. I'm using TCA by Perfect Image. It's a 15% TCA pill with a little bit of salicylic acid to help with, acne and whatever. Fortunately, I don't have very many breakouts right now, but as you can see, I do have some discoloration here, and that is actually from a peel that I did not too long ago, like a couple of months ago, like I want to say in April. Yeah, it was around April. I did that here. I was a little too aggressive in this area, and that's what happened. I also wasn't doing proper aftercare, and so those are the kind of big takeaways I want to bestow onto you all, is that never use an acid that is too strong for your skin because this could happen. Also, aftercare is very, 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 very important. You don't want to have to get the best results and a phenomenal result for your chemical peel. You want to make sure that you are doing adequate aftercare. And that means, quite honestly, for about a week, you really don't want to be washing your face. You don't want to be sweating too much. You don't want to be getting too much moisture on your face, because you want your you want your skin to peel evenly, and you want it to peel all at the same time. And when it's ready to, you don't kind of want to force it to peel. And a lot of people have a lot of problem with that. They like to pick at it. They like to pull on the skin and try to get to its thing, but you don't want to damage the new skin underneath. And that's kind of what I did here. I feel like if I would have had better aftercare for my skin, that wouldn't have happened. But you live and you learn, and we're living. It's not disfiguring. I can either hide it with makeup, or I can just live my best life and let it be, which I do 99% of the time. So whatever. So those are the two main things I want to take away with doing chemical peels. Also, a pro tip: to get the most even chemical peel, and to get a chemical peel that is going to give you really, really good results for what you're paying if you get it done professionally, or you're doing it at home. Which, I mean, of course, if you've never done it before and you're not really comfortable with this, obviously you want to have it done professionally. Disclaimer: I'm not telling anybody to do this at home. Chemical peels are not something that you should take lightly. They can be disfiguring. They can damage your skin. So when you do this, you are doing this at your own risk, not by my recommendation or anybody's recommendation for that matter. You're doing this at your own risk. So with that said, yeah. So I know I was saying something before I got into that, but I can't remember what it was. So let's see. Anything happening in the chat yet? No, nothing's happening in the chat because no one likes me. Oh my God. So I'm just going to do a 1-to-1 ratio for this. I'm going to take this down to about 35% glycolic acid. And so I have reverse osmosis water. I have a reverse osmosis system at my house, so it's easy to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, with my handy dandy syringe, I'm going to take about, we'll say 3 mLs of reverse osmosis water. And I'm going to put that in my mixing dish. Probably a little bit more. We'll take 6 mLs. Because I want to make sure I have enough. All right, so we got 6 mLs of water. And now I'm going to take my glycolic acid, and I'm going to put that in another beaker just so it's easier for me. And then I'm going to take 6 mLs of that. And like I said, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So that is going to half this. I'm going to take one more cc, or one more ml. All right. So now my glycolic acid should theoretically be at 35%. And then you just want to mix it. I just kind of want to swirl it around here. And, oh, I finally remember what I was saying. So when you are prepping for a chemical peel, you really want to make sure that you are you're prepping the skin 2 weeks out before your peel. So if you want to get your peel, let's see, where's my calendar? If you want to get your peel done on the 5th of May, the 2 weeks prior to the 2 weeks after, or yeah, the 2 weeks prior to that would be like the 19th through the 30th. So for those two, or sorry, the 19th through the 3rd. Yeah. So you wanna prep your skin by using retinols like Retin-A if you have it. Retinoids really aren't that effective. Retinols are the most effective for your skin. So you want to start by, of course, doing some retinols. Excuse me, and incorporating that into your routine, because that's going to help start sloughing off skin and getting your skin ready for the chemical peel. It's going to do the light work, while the chemical peel is going to do the heavy lifting. You know what I mean? So you want to start off with something like that. You want to be exfoliating frequently. Obviously, not to the point of irritation. You don't want to irritate your skin prior to a chemical peel. And then the week of the chemical peel, obviously you want to stop doing all of that, because you want your skin to be able to not be irritated and be prepared for the actual chemical peel, right? So that's that. And then before we get to the chemical burning, we are going to cleanse our face with alcohol. Where did I put my alcohol? Very interesting. Oh, I see it. You want to cleanse the skin with a little alcohol. So I have my spray bottle of alcohol. I also have my just a regular like cotton swab or cotton ball, and then just rub it on the skin, really get that skin defatted. This isn't to cleanse the skin, because you should just be doing that with just regular soap and water. This is to defat the skin. You want to get as much oil and grease off of your skin as possible, because those are going to create a barrier between your skin and the acid, and it's not going to let the acid penetrate as well. So just really defat it. Some people defat with acetone. I'm not there yet. I'm not. So I just like to use alcohol. And you're basically just going to rub the alcohol on your skin until you no longer see any signs of fat or oil left on the skin. Which I washed my face pretty well before this, so there shouldn't be very much. Hence why my skin looks so dry and ashy at the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna just take another ball. Hi, one person watching. How are you doing today? It's just me and you. It's me and you, baby. How you doing? All right, so the cotton ball is steadily getting cleaner and cleaner, so I'm just gonna go back over my face one more time, just to make sure we're really getting in there and getting all of that that oil off. And you'd be surprised, like I literally just washed my face with the Olay deep foaming cleanser, and just kind of really worked it into my skin really well, using my fingers instead of a device, because I feel like with your fingers you can actually get in there a little bit better. And I just wash my face, and it really does really well at degreasing. So it's getting lighter. I'm gonna do one more pass. And this step is so important, even if you're getting your face done professionally, because you really don't want to have oils on your skin. You just don't want it, because having oil means your pill isn't going to be working to its fullest capability. Unless it's a BHA, like salicylic acid. salicylic acid, it really cuts through oils. But AHAs, like glycolic acid and TCA, they don't cut through oil so well. So you really have to help them out and defat the skin as much as possible. The only part about this I hate the smell of alcohol, like rubbing alcohol. It smells awful. All right, I'm gonna do one more. Okay, and I think we're good. The last little bit was pretty clean. Yeah, we're good. I'm happy with that. I feel like my face is thoroughly defatted. Yeah, perfect. That's what you want to see. You want to see hardly anything on the cotton ball when you're done. And you don't want to rub to the point that you're hurting the skin, but just that it's defatted. All right, we're good. Perfect. Okay. So the next step, we're now going to take our diluted glycolic acid. And if you have any tattoos or anything like that on your face, you want to make sure that you're putting a protective barrier around anything that you don't want to, be affected by the acid. I'm going to put my little head wrap down here. Okay, protect them edges, girl. You work too hard for them. And then we're just going to dip it into the liquid, and then we're going to start wrapping on our face. But let me go grab some gloves. I don't know how I forgot gloves. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Cool. Okay, so on to the peel. Let's burn our face. I'm ready. Okay. So I'm taking the 35% and I'm just soaking, really soaking the gauze. I don't know. This gauze smell weird. Anyway, okay. All right, so now we're just gonna rub this on our face. I always like to do the cheeks last and the nose last because they process the fastest. So you want to be careful with the cheeks and the nose. And we're just going to let this sit for like 1 minute. Hey Google, set a timer for 1 minute.
Sure, 1 minute, and that's starting now.
Okay. We're going to let that sit for a minute. Now at this time, you'll feel like light stinging. It really shouldn't be like burning, because like this is only supposed to be like a primer layer getting ready for the big peel, which is the TCA. So I'm just kind of fanning myself, waiting. At this point, the stinging, like it stopped. Like I don't really feel the stinging anymore. It's not uncomfortable. It's tolerable. Now TCA, honey. Yeah, TCA is it's a little more rough. But glycolic, it's a lunchtime peel. It's not really, that serious. Hey Google, dismiss. Boom. All right, Miss Google Isha, she alerted us to our next step. Now, honestly, truly, I feel like my skin. What the hell was that? Anyway, honestly, I feel like my skin could probably do okay with another layer of glycolic acid just to really, really prep. Really prep that skin, honey. Was that a chat? No. What the hell was that noise? I don't know. All right, so let's really prep the skin, okay? One more. And since we're already processing, we're just gonna wipe it on the face really quick. All right, so now that's I'm definitely feeling that. Definitely feeling. Ooh, ooh. I hope I get a good old nasty peel from this. Okay. Hey Google, set a timer for 1 minute.
All right, 1 minute, starting now.
I have a fan in here somewhere. I don't know where it is though, because I feel like that would really help. You guys never told me how you were doing though. How y'all doing during all this? It's stressful. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. Hey Google, dismiss. So someone in the chat said, "Can
I found a
this?"
few locations for Smith near you.
Hey Google, stop.
Sure, canceled.
Girl. All right. So someone in the chat said, "Can this be used full body, specifically feet and booty cheeks?" Asking for a friend. Okay. Yes, this can be used full body. It works really well on the feet. It works great on the booty cheeks as well. You have to obviously use a higher percentage of the acid because the skin on your body is a lot more. It's a lot thicker than the skin on your face, and so in order to get maximum penetration, you want to use a higher percentage. Obviously, you're going to use something that that you can handle. So make sure you do like test your body, like do like small areas around the different areas that you want to peel and see the level that your skin can take before it actually, doesn't give you the result that you're looking for. But, just be careful out there. Yes, you definitely can use it on your body, but just be careful. Hope that helps. Okay, so we're on to the next step. It has been sitting about a minute now. So now we're on to our 15% TCA. I'm really feeling the burn. Feel the burn, sis. We don't want to go exceed 5 minutes. I'm sorry, I was going to say 15 minutes, Lord Jesus. You don't want to exceed 5 minutes. So especially with the TCA peel, okay? TCA is self-neutralizing. Glycolic acid is not self-neutralizing. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. So again, starting with the forehead, moving down the cheek, okay, and then now we're getting around here to this area because this area processes very, very quickly. Even on me, it processes very quickly. And so now I'm just going in with the TCA. Just kind of bringing it down. All right. Hey Google, set a timer for 1 minute.
Sure, 1 minute, and that's starting now.
Whew. You see how red this is getting? Whew. Now I'm starting to feel a little burn here. I'm starting to feel it, just ever so slightly. And don't get this like directly on your lips. It's okay to go around your lips. I always kind of fold it up into smaller sections and kind of just use that corner and the lip, the faux lip, to really get in those small areas. So with TCA, the thing that you're going to see, and you maybe have heard it before if you watch other videos, you want to see frosting. And so the areas that I'm most concerned about frosting right now, seeing frosting, are my cheeks and my forehead because that's where I have my acne scars. So I'm going to go over those areas more diligently. because those are the areas I want to see the most peeling and I want to see the most results. Obviously, if you have other trouble, problem areas, hey Google, dismiss. Those are the areas that you want to focus on. But for me, my focus are my acne scars. So this next pass is going...
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that. Here are other things you can try.
Mind your business. Oh my God. So for this next round, I'm going to then go over just my acne scars and then the rest of my face if I so choose. So with this, I'm going to pat them in. I'm going to pat the acid into my acne scars. It takes forever for my forehead to process to the point of peeling or frosting, I'm sorry. But it happens eventually. And I'm getting red, so red. But we love it. That's what we want to see. We want to see the redness. Okay, so no more on my upper lip because I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna scoot in so you can see. On my upper lip, we're getting frosting right in this area. So we're not gonna put any more product on the upper lip. All right, and then I'm just gonna take the rest of that and drag it down. Hey Google, set a timer for 30 seconds.
Sure, 30 seconds. And we're starting now.
Alrighty. And for our last pass, it's going to be just acne scars. Hey Google, dismiss. And that's it. I'm really not feeling, it's not uncomfortable. To me, it feels like, I don't know, like I ate something spicy or I have something spicy on my skin. It's not, it doesn't hurt. I definitely can tolerate this. So just kind of all over. And that's how you know I've done this so many times. If you were doing this, you definitely would not want to use so many layers of the TCA because the more you layer TCA, the stronger it gets. And then remember, we also layered this on top of glycolic acid. So you really want to know your limits and be sure that you are not exceeding those limits because you definitely could hurt yourself and cause permanent damage. So be careful, ladies and gents. Okay. Hey Google, set a timer for 30 minutes. Ooh, girl.
Okay, 30 minutes. And that's starting now.
Hey Google, set a timer for 30 seconds.
Second timer for 30 seconds. And we're starting now.
Okay, so I didn't get as much frosting as I would have liked, as I would have preferred, and that's fine. But this is what we're looking at like right now. So, it's not bad. I should get some some decent peeling from this. Not too much. So while we wait, let's look at chat and see if there's anything in chat. Hey, Google, dismiss. I'm avoiding my lips because you do not want to put acid on your lips. I kind of went over that in the beginning, but you definitely don't want to put acid on your lips. It can be very painful, very disfiguring, especially even something as light as 15% TCA. You definitely don't want to put that on your lips. So kind of avoid that as possible. I always like to put chapstick on my lips before I do a peel. What does frosting look like? Same on everyone. Yeah, actually frosting does look about the same from, my skin tone to darker skin tones to lighter skin tones. Basically frosting, all frosting is it's a basically denaturing of the proteins or the bonds that link the proteins of our skin together. And so it's going to have this like really white, kind of strange looking appearance to it. It's really hard to describe frosting, and I wish I could split the screen. I actually could show you what frosting looks like online if I could remember how to do that, but I don't, so I'm not going to do that because I don't want to mess up anything. But yeah, so frosting, it's like this white color. You'll know you're frosting because it'll look completely different from the rest of your skin, and almost look almost like raised white, and the borders will be kind of pinkish. So let's see if I have any on my skin to show you. Yeah, so I think the best example right now, and as you can see, like right there, that's probably the best example of frosting, and even right there, that's the best example of frosting. Your skin does not stay like that. It usually goes back to normal, probably I want to say like 5 to 10 minutes after you stopped processing your skin, and so that's how frosting works. Hope that helps. But it's definitely time for me to go wash this off. Like I said, glycolic acid is self-neutralizing. I'm sorry, TCA is self-neutralizing. Glycolic acid is not. You want to have a neutralizer, usually a little bit of baking soda and water. You want to mix, it's a 2-to-1 or 1-to-2 ratio. So 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon of water to 2 tablespoons of baking soda, and then you want to put that on your face, and that'll help neutralize the glycolic acid. It'll just stop the process and turn it all into water because, science. So let me go right back. I'm going to go get that mixture, and then I'll show you guys how I apply that on camera. All right, I'm back. I got my mixture. Let's see what chat's talking about. Okay, nope, chat's not talking about nothing. because there's only 4 y'all watching. That's fine. All right, so with this, you can either put it on a pad or something. I just like to just take the paste, put it on my hands, and just do this. You'll notice that it will literally start putting your face on fire. You will feel like your face is going to burn off, and then it'll subside to this really nice, cool, soothing feeling. It'll feel so good. And that's because literally you have a chemical reaction on your face, happening on your face. So this is taking the pH from acidic, a pH of like, I think these acids are at a pH of like 2 or 3. It's taking them and it's raising it all the way up to like 7, 8, or 9. I'm putting that around my lips because my lips are kind of feeling like you ate pineapples. You know when you eat a lot of pineapples, how the corner of your lips start to feel funny? Someone in the chat says, how often should or shouldn't you do a chemical peel? That's actually a really good question. So depending on how deep the peel is. So say if you're doing like a lunchtime peel, like glycolic acid, you could do a glycolic acid peel once every couple weeks if that's what you wanted to do. Because it's not that, it doesn't go that deep. But if you were doing, say, like a TCA peel, I would personally recommend that a TCA peel should be done once every 3-4 weeks. You shouldn't do a TCA peel more than 3. Then you shouldn't do a TCA peel more than every 3 to 4 weeks, because how deep they get. TCA pills, they get a lot deeper than a glycolic acid pill, and so you're going to see that over the next week or so, as you're peeling, you're literally peeling off that top layer of skin, and so you don't want to do that so often because it can actually do more harm than good, because you're just burning off the new skin that's already been replenished, been refreshed. So just be careful with that. My recommendation is every 3 to 4 weeks. I like to do mine about every 6 to 8 weeks, because normally I will do a TCA pill and then I'll do it, and then I'll wait 4 weeks, and then I'll do microneedling with the Derminator, and then I'll wait another 4 weeks, and then I'll do a TCA pill. So that's how I like to do the rotation. Something like this, that rotation would work really well for. Hello. What is that? Unlimited Transitions by Tara. Hello. I can't see, the monitor is like way over there. I don't have my glasses on. All right, so now that I look like I am appropriating white culture, you want to just wipe this off. I feel the reaction has definitely stopped. I don't feel like my skin is reacting anymore. So I can go ahead and I can wash this off and do the next step. So I'm just going to splash my face with some water. I probably should have brought like a bowl of water in here and like did that in here so I wouldn't have to like run off camera and go get something really quickly. But I'm just gonna go do that. Sorry, you guys. Bear with me. It's my first live stream. Okay. All right, and we're back. So, to dry your face, because your face is actually very raw right now, you just want to use a very soft cloth. These are really soft microfiber cloths that my boyfriend bought me actually. They're pretty amazing. He got them off of Amazon. They're supposed to be like makeup removing cloths. You just wet them. Oh, God. Oh. You just wet them, and it basically helps take off your makeup. It's microfiber. Hold on. Damn animal hair, man. It gets everywhere. Anyway, so pretty good. I like them for just like when I want to do like gentle things with my skin. So, what is chat saying? Have you heard of the 10-step Korean skincare routine? If so, what are your thoughts on it? I have heard of it and I love it. I personally do it. I actually have a video, not on this channel, but on my Instagram. IGTV, Instagram TV, doing the whole 10-step routine. If you guys want me to do a video on that here on this channel, definitely let me know, and I will get that done in a quick hurry since I ain't got nothing better to do. So, normally after this step, after the chemical peel and after washing everything off and, getting myself, getting the process to stop, what I normally would do is I would go in with my CeraVe healing ointments. I love this stuff. It's so good because it has petrolatum and other like really occlusive things for the skin. But it goes a step further and it adds ceramides. So there's 3 different ceramides in this product. And what ceramides do on the outside of the skin, they basically draw moisture to themselves. And so it's really, really good for like healing and making sure that your skin is getting everything that it needs during like times like this, because basically you've literally burned your skin. It's like a 1st-degree burn all over. So you want to make sure you're keeping as much moisture in your skin as possible, but not too much moisture, because that can actually be negative. That can actually negatively affect the healing process. Actually too much moisture, which is why you don't use like bacitracin and stuff like that on like cuts and scrapes, because I guess they found recently that it can actually do more harm than good to the healing process because it's just too much moisture. So this is like Vaseline on steroids. I love it. I always recommend it for people who do stuff like this. But since I'm doing derma needling, I don't want to do that because we're going to be doing something else. We're going to do another procedure. So let's get this ready. If you guys haven't watched my video on the Derminator by OwnDoc, please do. I'm not going to get too in depth on how everything works and all that good stuff during my live stream. This is more of just like relaxed and, you know, let's kiki. But yeah, the Derminator, I have a video on it. It's like the very first video I did on this channel. Please check it out. It's really good. I really love this thing. I've had it for, I want to say like 4 years now, and it's still going strong. It's still doing amazing. I absolutely, positively love it. Let me plug this in. Why do companies like make these devices with such short plugs? Like, look at this. I can't. Okay, so I got it plugged in. It's not the most ideal location, but we'll make it do. OwnDoc also sells their needles. They're individually packaged and sealed, sterile. So you get individual sterile pill packs for each of the needles. I'm gonna use the one needle today. That's what it looks like. It's just one little needle. I don't know if you could see that. I'm actually not using my Sony camera for this. I'm using my webcam, but I'm actually very impressed with the quality of this. Like, that looks pretty good. Anyway, so that's what that looks like. And you just screw that in and call it a zize. Yeah, wait one. Okay, so I just learned that my Derminator magnet is missing, so I can't use it. The Derminator takes a magnet which pushes the needle out, and I'm not sure where that is, but that's okay. because I have manual microneedlers, because I am an avid microneedler. So I have many microneedling tools. So I'm now just going to put some of the Ordinary's buffet with the copper peptides on, just for a little lubrication. This is really a really important step when you're using the Derminator because it creates slip. It allows you to get a little bit more glide on your product. So that's that. Looking at the chat, your skin looks lighter. Is that a side effect? I honestly want to say that it's probably because I have 1, 2, 3 lights facing at me right now, and that's probably what's causing my skin to look a little lighter than it actually is. Probably. But it's probably more just the fact that my skin's dry right now because there's no oil on my skin, and I've essentially have done a chemical burn. So it's not that it's lightening my skin, but it's definitely dry, and it definitely is in need of moisture. But we're gonna give it a little bit of that right here with the copper peptide. So I'm just gonna put that on my acne scars because that's the only thing that I'm working on right now is my acne scar. And so this is called a Derma Stamp. I honestly forgot how many needles are in here, but it's a Derma Stamp, and they're really good for doing like acne scarring and like single areas, where you're not having to do everything else. I put the copper peptide on there first because I'm going to be pushing the needles into my skin, which is also going to be pushing the copper peptide in the buffet, which is mainly hyaluronic acid. I'm going to be pushing that into my skin as well. And so hyaluronic acid does amazing things underneath the skin. It's going to help with the production of collagen. It's going to bring moisture to the area that I push it into. It's going to kind of like plump up that area, do really, really amazing things. And so we definitely want that right now, especially since we did a chemical peel and now that we're pushing these needles into our skin. So with the Derma Stamp, instead of a derma roller, I like to have my elbow balanced on a surface. And beautifully enough, my mirror has magnification. And then we're going to go in the areas that we want, push on your skin, and just press in. Just like that. And you want to apply even pressure. You don't want to hold it like this. I'm just doing this for instructional purposes. And then that's it. You'll definitely feel the needles puncturing the skin. Try to hold it as taut as possible. And as you can see, it's getting a little red right there, right where I pushed. So if you don't tolerate pain very well, you can obviously use lidocaine for this part. Okay, so just hold it taut and you'll feel those needles. You feel them. Okay. I very much prefer the Derminator to this because it's quick, it's easy. I can get this done in like 30 seconds. Versus this, it's taking, I feel, forever. And what you're feeling when you put it in there, it almost feels like when you pop a pimple, you know, that squish that you get when you first, put it in there, get all the gunky stuff out. That's what it feels like when you're doing this. It's not very painful. At least not to me anyway. But I have a high pain tolerance according to all my friends, so. Okay. And you want to go slow like this because you want to get as much even pressure as possible. You don't want to go in there and not have even pressure. Okay. If you see any bleeding with this, like pinpoint bleeding, that's normal. As you can see here, I got some pinpoint bleeding right there. It's not a lot, but you know, it's normal. It happens. You're stabbing your face with needles, so it's to be expected. And you don't want to go over the same area too many times because then you kind of get like the ground meat effect. Okay. And it's nice too. I don't know if you've noticed me doing that, but I go in vertically like that, and then I switch it horizontally like that, and just kind of get a little more surface area. Okay. So I think this area looks pretty good. I think I did a pretty good job covering that, my acne area. Okay, so that's that area. Moving on. It's so slow this way. I so am not a fan. But, you know, we gotta do what's best and what's right for our skin. So moving on to this. Another thing, I really hate when I see like beauty gurus and stuff like that do this. When they put the tip of their product onto their skin and then eject the product out of the thing, you're literally introducing so much bacteria into your product. Don't do that ever. It's not what you want. You're lowering at the minimum, you're lowering the lifespan of your product. At the maximum, you are creating a breeding ground of infection for in your product by doing that. Don't do that. All right, so moving on. I'm going to try to move a little bit faster now. I think you guys understand the premise of what's happening. So, what the hell is that noise? I think it might be that. Okay, anyway. So, I'm now just doing this. The forehead hurts probably the worst. I hate doing my forehead with the Derminator. I hate doing my forehead like this. I just hate doing my forehead, but it has to be done because that's where I have the most acne scars. And can you guys see how I do that? Even pressure, push, and push out. Pull out. Can you guys see that? And you see how the skin pulls with it? That's how you know you have even pressure. See how it pulls out with when I do that? That's what you want. Okay. Also, you don't want to do this if you have active breakouts because that's just not good for the skin either. And I don't know, do you guys know what the purpose of derma needling is? Basically, what it's doing is it's causing micro injuries underneath the skin. And why that's important is because it then tells your body to send these little special chemicals to to the areas that you microneedled, and it tells it to create collagen. And that's important because as we age, we lose collagen underneath our skin. It just doesn't reproduce and restruct as quickly as it did when we were, 12, 20. It doesn't regenerate as fast. So when you do this, it tricks the body into going into hyperdrive and producing collagen. So that's why we do that. Oh, is that? I think that's Cortana. I think that's what that noise is. Anyway, so this is starting to hurt, just FYI. And this, we're getting there. So I'm pretty much almost done. Like most of my acne scars reside right here in the center of my skin. And again, the pinpoint needle, the pinpoint bleeding is normal. So yeah, I'm moving really really slow with this because I want to make sure I get as much accuracy as possible. That, and it kind of hurts. At least with the Derminator, like it hurts, but it's done, it's over with. So now I'm just kind of going back in horizontally now. And it's really weird because you'll hear a crunch. You want to hear that crunch. And now, who is microneedling for? Microneedling is for anyone who has fine lines and wrinkles, who maybe has, aging skin, or who maybe has hyperpigmentation, or maybe enlarged pores. Is it going to take away enlarged pores? No, it is not going to take away a lot enlarged pores because enlarged pores are genetic. They're there. If you have large pores, there's no fixing it. But you can mask the appearance of large pores. And this is what, and microneedling can help with that because it can, you can generate enough collagen around those areas that it will cause the skin to appear tighter there and also maybe make your pores look a little more demure. But it's for people with acne scarring, not heavy, deep acne scarring, but for someone who has acne scarring like this, that's kind of really topical. It's good for someone like that. For someone who has like maybe deeper scarring, like ice pick scarring, or what are they called again? Like the rolling scars. Those you might actually need to go see a dermatologist to get like maybe like subcision type of needling done, because those are a little deeper. You're definitely not going to be able to cut the tether, the scar tether with something like this. You'd have to literally go in there and at different angles with the Derma device in order to get that effect. But I mean, for this application, for fine lines and wrinkles, for stretch marks, even for hair loss, Derma needling has been shown to help for hair loss. I mean, it has a lot of benefits because it's literally creating channels into your skin to embed, products or medications. And it's also telling your body to create collagen. So it has a lot of amazing benefits. And we stand Derma needling, honey. We stand hard for her. I've been doing it for years. I love the effect that it gives my skin. I love it. So like I said, I'm just moving a little bit faster now. Just because I was ready to stop doing this because it's not the most comfortable thing. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Okay. What's the chat doing? You guys have any questions? That crunch though. I love hearing that crunch. I'm weird, I guess. Has anyone in the chat ever done microneedling? And what was your experiences with it? Let's look at the chat. Let's go to chat. Has anyone done this? Does anybody want to do this? Let us know. Also, let us know what your favorite products are right now. I think for me right now, my favorite product, probably like makeup product right now, is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime whatever concealer. That concealer is bomb.com.org. I loved it. And I still am using the Bite Beauty foundation. That was really good too. I love it. It's kind of replaced my It Cosmetics foundation. My favorite skincare right now, I'm still living for The Ordinary. I will recommend The Ordinary until I die because it's so good. The Ordinary anything. Okay. So Chad, what do you think? Now I do have acne scarring right here on the temples. Both temples I do have acne scarring. And I could do that on camera. I'll do it on camera. Why not? I was kind of like trying to spare you the repetitiveness that is microneedling, because it's extremely repetitive. It's the same thing over and over again. So it's a little boring. So I feel like when you get a crunch, like when I get real in an area that's really crunchy, that's scar. That's scar tissue that I'm penetrating through. And so when you are penetrating through scar tissue, depending on how you get in there and the direction that you come in at, it can actually tether the scar tissue that is tethering the epidermis and the dermis. And you can actually kind of get in there, and if you can sever that, it can actually raise any depression that you have. And so I don't know if you kind of notice, but whenever I feel like some crunch, like right there, I just kind of like wiggle or do something like that, and maybe I can hopefully release that scar tether between the two layers of skin, because that could help with getting rid of the depression of the scar. Because some scars, it's like no matter what you do, you can use acids. You can do I forgot when you put the acid on a toothpick and you put it in the scar itself. I forgot what that's called. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that right now. But if you do that, you could do do microneedling. But if that scar is tethered, if that depression is tethered by scar tissue, it doesn't matter what you do. That scar is not going anywhere until you can get in and release the tether, which you can maybe do with microneedling. It takes a little bit because it's kind of randomized versus subcision, where they can get in there. I would never do subcision myself, just FYI. But with subcision, they go in there with a needle and they kind of dig around and kind of pop and sever that scar tissue. But like I said, I personally would never do subcision on myself. Just not something that I would do. But if I can get lucky and get it with the derma needling, that's perfect. But your chances are pretty rare, are pretty low doing that. How do I get these results without bleeding to death? You won't bleed to death. This isn't going deep enough to bleed you to death. Because it's you're not, it's pinpoint, you're not getting any major blood vessels is what I guess I'm trying to get at. Let's see what else. Oh my god, you look amazing. Miss your videos. Thank you so much. My girlfriend keeps wanting to do a chemical peel and microneedling on my face, but I don't know. I think she just enjoys the idea of inflicting pain. Oh, she probably does. Probably. Oh man. But no, I recommend it for anybody because it's great for the skin. It'll help improve your appearance. It's not going to be dramatic overnight. It's not going to happen like that. But if you keep up with it and you endure just a little bit of pain that it does cause, you can have astonishing results. And I always recommend, like, when people ask me what I do, what's my skincare routine, like what I do, whatever. These are the two things that I recommend: chemical peels and microneedling, because chemical peels refresh the skin. They take off all that dead layer of skin that's on the top and pushes the new healthy skin that's underneath all that dead skin, and it pushes it to the top. So especially if you have like just a dull complexion, or you have a drier complexion, or you just have a complexion that you're just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. These are some things, simple things that can really refresh your skin and give you a better looking like epidermis. Microneedling is great for just helping with fine lines and wrinkles. It also is very, very good, like I said, for acne scarring, or if you have like textured skin or like pitting in the skin. It could really help improve those things. And so I definitely recommend those things. But also, just having a skincare regimen in general is going to help you with that. So, I mean, it's up to you how you want to take care of your skin. But these two things are powerhouses for getting your skin. Sorry if you guys can hear the noise from like the motorcycles and stuff. We live on a pretty busy street. And so my microphone is pretty good, so it picks up a lot of that stuff. So anyway, going back to the acne scarring, it's all right here. I don't think I put anything on there. And so what's important with this is you don't want to rub it into the skin, whatever you're using. I prefer like a hyaluronic acid. Like I said, I gave the reasons for that, and the copper peptides. So yeah, so I don't know. Can you guys see those acne scars right there? Right there. So that's where I'm going to be focusing my attention. Okay. And surprisingly enough, oh, there's a crunch. So I felt some crunching right there. It felt very crunchy. So it's probably some scarring, tethering right there. That one felt really crunchy, kind of crunchy too. Yep, right there. Oop, feel it. So just gonna go in there. Maybe we're gonna sever some scar tissue. Not any nerves or any veins, because your face is surprisingly very vascular, which is why you get a lot of pinpoint bleeding. Like the face and the scalp, very vascular. The skin's very thin there, so it's easy to make the face bleed. So that's why I would never do subcision on my face. You have a lot of very important nerves and arteries and blood vessels on your face. So definitely don't want to do anything too deep or crazy, because you can really do some serious damage, permanent damage. Never smile again, have a droopy eye, or bleed yourself out. So never do like subcision. This is fine because it doesn't go so deep that it's going to probably nick an artery or, you know, hit a nerve. Like those people who do collagen at home, like I'm all for DIYing. Here's some crunchiness right here. I'm all for DIYing. Like I consider myself like a DIY a queen. Ooh, I was gonna say king. Ooh, I played myself. I consider myself a DIY queen. But I would never do something like subcision or giving myself injectables at home. Like that's kind of where I draw the line there. I know there are some YouTubers on YouTube who do that. Natural Chaos. I love Kim. She's amazing. And to me, she's probably one of the bravest beauty gurus on YouTube because she does things like that and teaches people how to do things like that. So I think it's amazing, but I just don't have the cojones to do it. I couldn't be brave enough. Would you guys in chat, would you guys ever do something like that? Like, would you ever feel, how does one get scar tissue beneath the skin? Actually, it's fairly easy just because the blah, blah, blah. Just because the skin on the face is pretty thin, so it's easy to damage it. But just damage to the skin, something like acne and picking at your acne scars or blunt force trauma that can cause a lot of scarring underneath the surface of the skin. Anything that disrupts the skin and its natural barrier function is going to cause or can have the potential to cause scarring underneath the skin. So when you see like people with acne scars, like myself, I had acne that disrupted the natural function of my skin. And whether I picked it or not, which 9 times out of 10, I don't pick my acne scars, but if it was bad enough, it can actually, the bump that came from the acne was so severe and disrupted the skin so much that when it finally healed, it created a depression. And if I picked it, it created a depression, and then it also created scarring because when I'm doing all this and manipulating the skin while it's inflamed and in a fragile state, it can actually cause the scarring underneath the skin because it's damaging. And that's basically what you're doing when you pick at a pimple, you're damaging the skin. So, this live stream went a lot longer than I intended. I promise you, I only wanted to come on here for like 15 minutes. And I think I'm pushing close to 2 hours now. So I'm gonna finish this up. I'm pretty sure you guys got the general gist of everything. Basically just poke into the skin. That one felt really crunchy, so that one felt really crunchy too. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of this all. And I'm gonna hop off here. After I do one more thing that I want to show you. Cool. All right. So since this is just a serum, I can just do this, rub this in. The little spots of blood, you can rub those into your skin too. It's your blood. It's actually a treatment, PRP. It's really good for your skin. So what we're going to do next, be extremely gentle because your skin is very, very sensitive after you just did a chemical peel ×2 on it and you did derma needling. We're going to just take a little bit of our CeraVe healing ointment and I take a nice big hunk of it and we're just going to put this on our skin. Afterwards, if you don't look like a grease monkey, you did this wrong. You did this step wrong. Yes, so we still got that pinpoint bleeding. It's still kind of happening. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. So try not to rub. Your skin is very soft. Your skin is very, how long after this process will I walk around looking like an American Horror Story extra? Oh my goodness. So basically you're saying I look like an American Horror Story extra? Gee. Wow, thanks. No. So usually the redness will subside um after like 3 or 4 days, at the most about a week. It really depends on your skin and your skin's healing process. Usually for me, after I do derma rolling, I'll be red for I want to say like 3 or 4 days. Um, and then after the 3 or 4 days, it'll subside and I'll be back to my regular skin tone. But um, I honestly have never done this in conjunction with a chemical peel. So I don't know if that's going to affect things. And so I'm definitely going to let you guys know if that's going to affect things or how my skin is healing up after this. I'm going to be posting that more than likely on my Instagram. So be sure to follow me on my Instagram right here. Hi, how you doing? Um, I'm gonna probably be doing like stories and posts and stuff like that. So you guys follow me there, and you can see how my skin is doing after all of this. And for those that couldn't catch the live stream, I'm gonna be doing this into a video. I'm gonna obviously edit down to its most interesting parts. So you basically get a highlight of what's happening. And so, as you can see, I know there was a question that my skin looked lighter, and now I'm back to pretty much my same skin tone. A little ashy, but whatever. I'm back to my same skin tone. It's just because my skin was dry, and so that's what was causing my skin to look lighter than it really was. But yeah, this is what you are going to look like afterwards. I'm not going to do anything to my skin for the next 7 to 10 days. I'm not going to wash it. I'm not going to put anything other than the CeraVe Healing Ointment on it. I'm not going to do anything because I want my skin to heal and I want it to peel evenly. And so we're definitely not going to want to introduce any more moisture than needs to be there. So that includes staying out of humid weather, staying out of humid conditions like the shower. So maybe don't use like hot water if you have to take a shower, because the steam from your shower can actually affect your chemical peel. I'm not going to sweat. I'm not going to put myself in situations where I am going to have excessive sweating, because that can negatively affect my chemical peel. So you really just want to just put CeraVe on your face and reapply if need be, and just let your body do its thing, because you're going to be like this for about 7 days, 7 to 10 days. 7 is about usually where I am good to go, and my skin has like stopped doing all the major peeling. But after 10 days, like you are like legit, like you're set, you're ready to go party. So that is that. I'm going to open up the chat one more time before I get off of here. And yeah, what's really cool about the microneedling too is that you'll start to notice a difference in your skin, usually like almost immediately. If that difference is permanent, it's like getting your lips done. I mean, you'll the first day they're like super super plumped, and then like the days following that they start to like settle in, and so that kind of happens with your skin, like it kind of just settles down. So with that said, I think we're done here. We have no more chat questions. We're all good. I'm gonna let my blood do its thing. So I can't make my girlfriend sweat for 7 to 10 days after she does this. No, you cannot make your girlfriend sweat for 7 to 10 days after she does this, because you do not want her to feel the pain that comes with sweating because it does sting. And you also don't want to mess up the results of her chemical peel. So with that said, I think we're good. if you have, oh, that's another thing. If you have to go outside, if it's absolutely necessary for you to go outside, first of all, don't go outside because human malware of 2020. Don't go outside. But if you have to go outside, wear like a face shield or wear like a big hat and wear sunscreen. But be very, very gentle when you put it on your face because you don't want to disturb your skin while you are putting it on. But wear sunscreen because your skin is very, very sensitive right now. It's new skin. It's like you just have a sunburn or you just got a first-degree burn. So be very, very, very gentle with your skin during these next couple days. And make sure you wear sunscreen if you absolutely have to go outside. Clean your needles. I'm going to soak this in some alcohol and kind of swish it around and maybe even do an ultrasonic cleaner on it. That's right, I have an ultrasonic cleaner. I'm going to do that instead because that means I can automate the cleaning. But with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. Also, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video whenever I post one. Thank you for coming to my very first live stream. I very, very much appreciate it. I know it was kind of like cobbled together. But it was my very first one. I did the best I could. So with all that said, thank you guys so much. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.